one of the most common arguments I get in reference to AI is you can't determine what is real and what is fake anymore. And the reality is that we had a similar disparity when the printing press was invented, right? There was spread of misinformation, and without the proper guidelines and governance in place, that will continue to ensue. But the irony of the situation is that AI is actually better at letting you know what is fake, what is deep fake, what is real, better than we can possibly be able to determine. And there's quite a few tools out there that help us to determine that. You have GPT-0, you have CopyLeaks, Scribber, and then for videos you have Deepware, you have Hive Moderation, and Google Synth ID. So there's so many different ways that we can utilize the software and the technology that's out there to help us be more informed, and even to help us in our learning. You know, like I was using ChatGPT to help me with my Spanish and improve my grammatical skills before I was traveling. And you know, I find it very unnerving that, you know, companies still have a zero tolerance for AI. You know, some companies in wherever. And what's interesting to me is, apart from the fact that, you know, yes, your competitors might be moving way ahead of yourself, and, you know, might take a lot longer to catch up, your employees are likely using these tools in any event. And that just makes you more and more vulnerable if you don't have the policies and the governance in place in order to protect the information that you have, not just your company's data, but also your clients' data. And, you know, are they prepared to utilize it in a way that, you know, you have some level of anonymity for your customers' information that they may be parsing, or even your corporate information? And how do you scale that in such a way? And I see companies internally, or employees internally, using free versions of these tools. You're opening yourself to vulnerability from cyber attacks, which we know there's a lot more cases, yes, even in our region. But in addition to that, your privacy and the privacy acts that we are upheld to for customers. So don't just turn a blind eye and say AI is bad and it's doing all this poor, you know, service to our, you know, whether because there's such deep fake information, etc. People will use the tools to do bad, but the same way that we're using the tools to do bad, we can use the tools to do good. So the same way we can use AI to help us with early detection of various cancers, and, you know, help us to identify patterns of our information in our organizations, that we can make more insightful actions. I highly recommend that, you know, implement policies and procedures. If you want help with that, feel free to reach out with me, share this video, help to educate somebody, you know, even about the tools that they can use to verify the information for themselves. Until next time, this is Simone from Webstylze.